Good afternoon, guys. It's working, bringing you a very quick update on EOS. Hope you guys are having a wonderful afternoon. We're looking at EOS to the US dollar 4-hour chart on Bitfinex, guys, and EOS is operating within a wedge here, gal. And it does look like it's ripe for a breakout here very, very soon. We can see the price did come down here, wicked below, created almost a double bottom. We didn't really impulse up from there. Came right back into the wedge. Just a very quick wick down here. Came right back into the wedge, and it continues to move sideways. We can see it's getting squeezed tighter and tighter. And as it approaches this apex, guys, I am expecting a breakout. Right now, I'm favoring the upside. We do need to clear this major resistance. This resistance has been tested numerous times. If I pull back here to the daily chart, we can see this came into play back in June 18th. Has been in play ever since. Tested on the daily chart 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in the last few days. So it's been tested about 10 times overall. Very strong resistance. The more it gets tested, guys, the more likely it is to break. So I am cautiously optimistic that this thing is going to break to the upside. Again, cautiously optimistic because if Bitcoin breaks down, EOS is going to break down right along with it. Looking at this from an Elliott perspective, that also does suggest a possible break up. Counting this again, just to reiterate my Elliott count, we've got a 1, 2, counting this as the 3, 4, and we'd be up for the 5. Disregard kind of that 5 right now. I'm just kind of arbitrarily putting it up there. Looking at that, guys, that does suggest a possible breakup once this does complete. And so what is this pattern here? Well, first of all, that's an extremely, extremely shallow retracement. Is that realistic? Well, I'd have a big problem with it if it wasn't for this. If I go swing low, swing high, and I think I pointed this out last time, guys, our wave 2 retraced all the way down to the 786 fib, a very, very deep retracement, but a very technical retracement. We got a perfect hit right off the 786. So this thing has been technical the entire way up. Whoops, sorry about that. This thing's been technical the entire way up, guys. There's 1, 2, perfect 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves on that 3, perfect 5 waves in that 1, and perfect ABC on that 2. And looking at this, guys, if I kind of zoom in here on the hourly chart, I can get a pretty good A, B, C, D, E pattern if that's in fact the count. So I'm looking at this kind of as an A, B, C, D, and E, and then we'd be looking for it up from there. So that's a very technical count, or we could count this as another way we can count this. Let me get rid of this so you can see a little better. Another way that we could count this, possibly a little better way. It's not going to really matter in the long run, but some people I think could count this as an A, B, and C, creating a flat here. You can see the A and C. This is a perfect double bottom, be a perfect flat, and then coming right back up from there. If that's in fact the case, we should be in our, this would be all part of our primary wave 5, and within that primary wave 5 we have subwaves, and we have subwaves within those subwaves, which I believe this would be. So if that's in fact the case, what would we be looking at? We'd be looking at a subwave 1, 2. And what do we have here, guys? If that is a subwave 1, 2, if I take this little microstructure, I know we're kind of detailed nitpicking here, but hey, why not? What do we have? We have the perfect hit right here in the golden pocket, just wicking in and then impulsing right up from there, not necessarily impulsing, but bouncing right up from there, right inside the gold pocket, very technical. So again, guys, it's looking good for and looking right for a possible breakout. And as we get closer to this apex, that's a real possibility. Excuse me. We come in here, and let me just zoom back out here, guys. We come over here and we look at our moving averages. What else do we have? We look at our moving averages. This is on the 4-hour chart, guys. We can see what's going on with the Bollinger Bands. Bollinger Bands are starting to bottleneck. What happens when you see Bollinger Bands start to bottleneck like this, guys? A breakout oftentimes follows. Now we don't have our EMAs converging as much as I'd like. We've got the 8 and the 21 almost on top of each other, but we've got the 50 and the 50-day moving average and the 55-day EMA all the way down here. So I'd like to see those kind of overlapping, but still, I'll take it. We've got again converging 8 and 21, and we've got bottlenecking Bollinger Bands here, guys, all suggesting a possible breakout here very, very soon. Now, it doesn't mean it has to break up. We think could break down. We could be watching a bull trap, or excuse me, a bear trap. Price could break down, possibly hit this zone, and then all impulse right back up from there. This does look like a very small, but a very relevant, it's bounced twice already, a relevant little demand zone down here between 6.20, 6.30, guys. So we could see it coming back down, hitting again, coming right back up. I could see it going as low as possibly $6. I wouldn't, if this thing's to remain bullish, I'd be surprised if it got below $6, possibly coming down here, hitting off this order block, and then impulsing up from there. That'd be a real possibility, guys. Well, if 580 breaks, in my opinion, this structure right here needs to hold. The bottom of this structure is this little order block right here. If this order block does break right here, I'm going to start to get very, very concerned that we're coming down to much lower lows. So basically 580. If 580 does break, guys, I'm going to get very concerned. But we're nowhere near there yet, guys. If we break above this descending resistance line, it'll be a very quick rise, in my opinion, to the $7 range, 7 to 7.30. And at that point, if it does bounce off that, I'm going to want to see this ascending support resistance act as support. And if that does happen, I'm going to get very, very bullish. If price breaks into this supply zone here between 7 and 7.30, guys, this is a very strong resistance, very strong supply zone. A lot of sell orders, more than likely. We can see price came up in here, wick, broke down very strongly. So I am expecting there to be a lot of resistance here. If price breaks into this zone and kind of starts moving sideways, because I don't think it's just going to break through it, so you're going to find resistance here. But if it hits this zone and stays in it and just kind of moves sideways like this, again, I'm going to start getting very, very bullish. In my opinion, a decent scalp trade would be possibly putting a buy order in here, possibly getting it executed down at the bottom of this wedge here. So maybe waiting for one more breakdown, seeing if that happens, possibly about 644, somewhere thereabouts, targeting this $7 zone up here. Again, and I would get out because I'd expect a possible bounce off that zone. So it'd be a very quick scalp, but something you might want to consider to the downside. And we also need to be careful of the possible bull trap, guys. If price does end up breaking up, I would very quickly move my stop right up with it, because we need to break the prior high of this wick, which is sitting at about 6.82. So be very careful of a possible double top, breaking up, faking everyone out, thinking it's going to go long, and then breaking right back down. Tall tale sign would be as if price breaks up, breaks back down. This doesn't act as support, and it breaks through that, guys, then this thing's probably going to break down to the downside. Again, guys, just all things to be very vigilant. If you do see it break up, the minute you do, I'd adjust my stop. So again, just my opinion. So all right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it there. If you have any comment, one more thing I want to show you. One more thing that's kind of giving me a little more evidence of a possible break up. We have this very small ascending falling wedge here on the 4-hour RSI. Once again, suggesting a possible break up as it gets to this apex, possibly one more break down, and then just right back up. Not saying that's going to happen, guys. It is very small, but hey, there it is nonetheless, and that's a bullish looking pattern in my opinion. So anyway, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap it there. Again, if you have any comments, questions, suggestions, please let me know in the comment section below. And as always, guys, I certainly would appreciate it if you hit that upvote or that like button. Just lets me know you want me to continue to make these videos. Until next time, guys, please trade safe. Take care of yourselves. This is Working, signing out.